I think that's everything. Yeah, it should be ready to stream. Oh, I already pressed the button. Hello, hi, hello. It is I, Agnes Eterna, the Donbass horse. The most stupid. No, hello. It's. Why didn't I stream yesterday? I don't know. Maybe if I finish this thingy that I'm working on, I'll publish it. But yeah, I was doing some things. So, hello, hi. This is Limbus Company, the event, Intervallo, tuning threads 9.5, Intervallo number 7. Was it? I guess? Well, we have to continue this because it ends tomorrow. It literally ends tomorrow, and I stretched it too long. So let's play this thing. First, Twitter. Oh, post. There we go. There we go. Okay, let's jump into it. Stages. School miseries. Okay, and then. I need coffee. Why didn't I put some coffee? That was stupid. Hi. Okay, and that about wraps up the middle corridor. Thanks to you folks, we managed to cut the door cataloging workload by 80%. I really appreciate everyone going today so man to check each and every door too. Made my life a whole lot easier. Resultant system manager, excellent strategization. Next up, the Tom's corridor. But we actually found a lot of intel lying around there, so we just need you to check some of the doors in its basement. Intel. The manager expresses interest in the aforementioned intel. That. In the Tom's corridor, we came across a bundle of papers detailing the comings and goings of the Tom's members and the orders they were carrying. Whoever wrote the logs has been diligently keeping them updated. The last entry was written not so long ago. Textbook. While the contents of the notes weren't all that interesting, they helped us get an idea of where each door in that corridor leads to. Valentino's shitty scrap papers. She's been keeping up with that useless shit this whole time. Useless shit. Remnants of her desperate search for a thread to cling to. We found one of her backup ticket hoards. I marked any doors that need to work with a drone. There should be about 3 or 4 of them. While you guys do that, I got some leftover work to take care of over here, so I've been noticing this throughout our interactions. But whenever anything irrelevant to his work came up, Alan seemed to have a way of hearing and maneuvering right past it, so he didn't even register what was said. Recalling our conversation with Cesara back at P Corp, that deeply uncurious indifference might just be one of the essential personality traits to go on as a corporate employee in the city. The less you care about the things, the more possibility you have to survive. That's the kind of world that they live in. And sadly, it's the one is becoming the one we live in is becoming it. Understood. We will explore the areas past the market doors and return here. Then is that done? Well, then I cannot speak. I haven't speak in English for. I almost haven't speak in the whole weekend. With Alan returning to where the other Wayfarer company employees were huddled around, we decided to follow the corridor to the left. Hey, there's someone in there. More of the ring, maybe? Going by the silhouette, there are unlikely to be members of the ring. Come on, lady, get out of my way so I can see. Come on, lady, get out of my way so I can see. No, it's the detective. Some stubby guy I don't know, and that annoying lady, dude. Sounds like Moses, Gregor, and Honglu, respectively. Detective Stably, guy I don't know, and that annoyingly 80. Okay. The trio's conversation. Hey, Gregor, you're better. The trio's conversation grew clearer the closer I approached them. You okay, fella? You bumped your head earlier. Fine as a fiddle. It was just a minor fall. Honglu. This is the third time it's occurred. Honglu? We ought to discuss the issue with the manager once this consultation is over. Honglu, what's going on? Something to do with your eye? I think I'm seeing a bump on the side of Honglu's head. Anyway, you know what to do, right? If at any moment you see signs of... Don't worry, Gregor. His eye look... normal, I guess. Of course, it's still jail, but it looks normal. You made it through the explanation and the footage was. You're going to be fine again. I believe in you. Look at you now. We're right where it happened, but your arm is stable, see? Ironically, fear tends to grow most unmitigated when it's distant and unseen. I understand what you might be worried about, but I don't see even the earliest portents of it. Give me a second, it's cold here! I need to put something over my legs or I'm going to freeze to death. Not to freeze to death, but you know what I mean. Ah, there we go. So don't hesitate to share the unfiltered thoughts that arise while you are in here. I know what I saw in the footage, but I'm still having a hard time believing it. Or, I don't know, maybe I'm just avoiding the truth when it's staring me right in the face. My case is nothing like Don Quixote's. She just needs to keep her shoes on, and it's all good and dandy for her, isn't it? Things don't work out that way for me. Whatever they're talking about sounds hella deep, guys. You sure about eavesdropping on him like this? I guess it's always really cagey about himself. But maybe it's not our chance to learn more about him. He's sharing such an yes about himself for once. Why walk away? Don Quixote gives a nonsensical interpretation of Ryoshu's acronym as Kira rolls her eyes out of exasperation. Between the beginning sinners and Kira, however, Otis stands in silence with an inscrutable look on her face. She's listening to the exchange between Moses and Gregor like a woman possessed. Ooh, it has to do with the war. Okay, let's keep listening then. Otis was right. Damn it, she was right all along. The war isn't over. It never was. And it can't even be over as long as this fucking joke of a gift stays attached to I am. Oh damn, they dropped an F word. Barbed words. Now let's revisit a question you could answer while the footage was playing. Hopefully it's become easier to answer now. You've been using that arm to fight just fine so far. How? I don't mind fighting hostiles or enemies. I'm not the kind of person who worries about people trying to kill me. But killing my comrades, that changes things, doesn't it? I can't even control it. There's nothing I can do to embrace with it. It's unstoppable. Like some kind of time bomb counting down to unleash a disease you never know when its symptoms will set off. Even Heathcliff, who was always the first to step up when people began to spiral into self-hatred, stood in conflicted silence, his lips drawing a hard, straight line. Besides, Gregor wasn't wrong in that, at present, there wasn't any way to stop his transformation should it occur again. We still got a good chunk of the journey left, and eventually we'll have to... What is? What the fuck? No matter what lurks in the past of us sinners. Oh, yeah, this was the La Mancha land. Even if they have killed hundreds, thousands, no, tens of thousands of innocent people, will you still embrace them? We'll eventually have to confront an even darker, bleaker truth of the war. Can I really trust Gregor not to crumble under that inevitable pressure? I see. You're afraid you'll end up hurting us. Well, that's... At first I thought I couldn't give a hoot whether or not I accidentally murdered some of you. It's a bit saddening to hear that. You know how it is, Honglu. We, the boss team, didn't exactly get off a rocket good start. But through our journey, I began to think of you all as my comrades. And I was okay with that because I had too much faith in my own weakness. When I realized that I'd grown so weak that I couldn't even take down some backstreet stock with this arm, I was relieved. Oh, I didn't notice until now that the Ungeziefer is tattooed on his arm, in the normal arm. I didn't notice. Oh, shit. Imagine that same arm, my arm, a weapon to stab the heart out of countless people during the Smoke War. I'll be honest, when that Hohenheim fella said that I was an exception, I thought the thought alone made me hope. Exception, a potential to be harmless, weaker than ever than even a non-combatant like Jisung, and may hope for a life that didn't sound so bad. We all know how that went too, don't we? Blew up in the worst possible way. And after all that, I just couldn't bring myself to fight again, because I no longer know when this fear will eat me up again, because I'm constantly afraid of this damn gift manifesting again. The same fear you carried all this time. How did you endure it before? Badly. Barely. Holding on to the idea that the living's gotta live on and nothing else. This is like the worst part to start a stream. Like, open up, it's depression o'clock. This really brings me back years. The memories are so clear that it's like they all happened yesterday. But you kick me off the bus before push comes to. That can be the answer, Gregor. You can't walk away, but the danger of a journey won't leave you with you. Then the rest of us will still be facing an endless repeat of peril. But it's not like leaving the bus will bring peace to your heart. Our deaths can be reversed should the accident occur, even if it comes at the cost of Dante's suffering. The same can be said for most people in the city. Now that's something I never expected to hear from you. I guess you're right. If we are seeing this through to any kind of end, this will be the place to do so. Not many places in the city have some warmth to them like this one does. Oi, this consultation thing is pretty embarrassing. I mean, it's not like I was forced to go through something as traumatizing as yours, Honglu. You kinda did. Truth be told, I'm not some special case. Everyone who participated in the war must have gone through more or less the same experience. Miss Moses, Otis, and even Valentina, that piece of work. We cannot touch a number or misfortunes as if they are something to be measured. When I fled from my past, I tried my hardest to earn my eyes on it. But you, Gregor, you're not like me. Every few steps that distanced you from the past, you had come to pause to spare a look toward the path you had walked. All those years I let slip by, all those that slipped you by, are dotted with phantoms of suffering that are both ineffable and beyond measure. Different experiences, different pain. You look sad. Still, if there's one thing to common to everyone, It's a trauma that leaves after effects that linger for a long time. What are yours? The hand? The pipe? These like loud noises on people who talk too much. Yes. They sound too much like the cacophony of the world, like a screaming homeless who resented me even as they lie dying. And the ones that left in my heart bleed me dry. But I thought you were fond of Miss Moses? Okay, I saw this thing on Twitter and it was funny at first, but in context is... I've talked too much. And that aside, haven't you heard your fill? Have you heard your fill? Might as well come out from that corner you're hiding in. Ah man, they knew we'd been dropping eaves. We've been dropping eaves this whole time. I was actually waiting for just the right time to come out and say a few words, but I couldn't find an appropriate moment to... well, I'll have to share this with Manager Bud and the rest of you fellows sooner or later, so I don't really mind. But what's she doing here? TA. TA. Temporary ally? No, temporary accompaniment. Don't be an asshole. I'm working my ass off to help you guys. Les retomé yo las cuentas. You're right on time. Ooh, Moses! Moses with... I've been working on a theory, but I don't have all the clues to be absolutely certain. A word from someone in the know may immensely improve my confidence in the theory. Kira, do you know which door the gnome's Norse father was most attached to? Eh? No, duh. That's supposed to be obvious. Well, she said from the middle, not from the top. Didn't you guys all see her? You think I just shut up a scary lady like her? Dude, she was beating the ever-loving shit out of Lucio every time I saw them together. Oh yeah, he went down fighting you guys to the end, huh? Yeah, said stuff about her generosity and all that, and fought till he died. Damn, that's unexpected. Big deal for a sec here. I thought he was totally gonna swap sides. Really? That lad? And why is that? You know, the vibes. You guys don't know cause you haven't seen him long without the scary lady always roaming over him. What's up? Gonna stab her right in the spine? You! Look, I think you might be training wrong cause, like, you're not improving as much as you should from other grind. Let me show you what I learned about the sword things from this comic book. That's not how my master has instructed me. The textbook cannot be permitted to have even a single deviation if it means to repay the debt it owes her. Why are you so obsessed with all that crap anyway? You don't even like that old lady. But you're not so different from me in that regard, are you? Bro, the heck are you talking about? I love my papa. Seriously, I thought things were gonna crash and burn before Yoshihide even came home. Suppose textbook and I had that in common. If this one doesn't know, let me redirect the question toward you, Sinner Ryoshu. Hopefully this touches up one of your more intact memories. You know which of these doors the some Norse father showed a particular attachment to, or the door she used most often. Why ask me? Fine. Yes, I do remember. Don't even need close help to piece it back together. It's that one. The door with metal pieces dangling from it. Holy shit, I almost died out there. Son of a bitch, fucking fly. Where did those Jaegers fuck Steven drag these gross pets from? Mom, are you okay? Do I look okay to you, Ticket? No, not really. I'm fine. You know I don't break easy. You should have been there to see me at the head of the Jaeger Bearman Ticket. But, Mom, you're Your legs are bleeding a lot. Here comes another mission. Oh, they really can't do shit without me, huh? So much for a break. The fuck is this? Bandages? For you? Is this kid serious? They got drug logs of expensive treatment, so they're ready to patch me up the moment I get back to the field. Well, okay, never mind that. Hey, this works. Mom? Sit tight and don't start any trouble. I'll teach you some sword techniques once I'm back. Must have been her years into smoke war. Yeah, fighting the interwar took a lot out of her and left her perpetually exhausted. But she marched to every battle with a smile. Stopped drinking, stopped beating me too. Like a blissful idiot who forgot that she was still neck deep in the inescapable pit called the House of Spiders. Well, the golden peace didn't last. Sometime after the war ended, someone she called the consigliere of the sun visited the House of Spiders as a tutor. And that's when she went right back to drinking herself into a shit-face stupor day after day. The visit returned, and so did the edge in her profanities. It was pathetic. Hold on. Why though? Sure, I was on the losing side. But wasn't Valentino on the winning side? I was here at that. Never heard of the regulation that prevents smoke war participants from moving into I-Corp and K-Corp nests? Where was Roland supposed to go? I-Corp? Isaka. Come on. Come on. The common thread between these post-war rules is that they make the lives of veterans difficult. Devious rules that don't discriminate between winners and losers. I see. There must be things going on behind the scenes there too. But doesn't that mean that Backdoor will drop us into a trench they dug during the war? Yes, and Gregor will be the one to open it. Moses, please. But wait, me? Yes, others can do it for you, but what would be the point? What would be the point? You sure this won't just end up giving him more nightmares? I don't see how this helps him in any way. We don't have any means to treat whatever it is that slumbers within his arm. However, I will surmise that the underlying cause of his sudden transformation wasn't the arm itself. Then what? Trauma. His arm took control after his psyche was crushed by the weight of the unspeakable memories coming back to haunt him. It's not because the arm went berserk that he started reliving his painful past. It's the other way around. Isn't that so? If you can come to understand that the war is really over, and that what others say, no matter how closely they echo the past, is not necessarily aimed at you, then you may be able to loosen your grip on the fear and anxiety that your arm could metamorphose at any moment. While his suggestion may seem blunt, it is one of the basic treatment principles of M-Corp's psychotherapy centers. Faust? Fine then. Guess I'll open it up. Gregor walked up to the door, grabbed his handle, then paused. Taking slow, deep breaths, and with one arm, he gently opened the door. Sayuri? Reminiscent shoulder. Why are you running? You should be taking the lead on the front line with your G-Corp body held high. I don't wanna die. It's nice to have a place to go back to. Oh shit. Oh, right. Happy 15th birthday. 15 on the freaking war. Which you can possibly have the chick that can be cruel. You G-Corp pests were far more messed up than I ever was. Ripping people apart, cannibalizing them. You were nothing but a swarm of fucked up monsters. Notas a bug en frente de mí. when I was still... Ah! Ah! Memories clear within 10 turns. Effective affinities. I hope it's the ring and not Gregor. Fixed member did it. Oh, okay. The one with the most trauma.
연료는 잔뜩 준비해뒀지.
이 떨림. 파시아도 기대되시나요?
내 작품 또 보고 싶었나 봐.
소재가 준비됐어?
전시 준비는?
이 떨림. 파시아도
자, 해골 바가지랑 책임은 모두 내가
말
빠빠빠빠빠.
투입 준비 항상 되어 있습니다.
절대
This place. Huh? This is a boring old office. I was kinda shook, thinking we were about to walk into Warzone or something. You recognize this place? Of course I do. My last job before Limbus Company. And my desk was over there. Here's a tip, fellas. When you're working in an office like this, always get a corner desk facing the wall if you can help it. Lets you hide from the boss man. Out of sight, out of mind, you know? You can do whatever you want that way. Work, chill, or even freak out in terror at the slightest sound of metal clinking. Nobody will catch you. Nobody will think you're a bother to other people. Gregor grins. A bitter, mocking smile directed at himself. The only downside of this desk arrangement being people walking up behind me to get my attention. Higher-ups just had to holler, "Hey, bet higher!" And I could right up to them, but others can't do that. So whenever people walked up to me from behind, I get afraid that I might cause an accident. Bet higher must be about the post-war veteran and special employment. Right, but I couldn't possibly complain. Wouldn't have gotten that job without it, you know? Not everyone was lucky enough to be considered for that. I was better off than most. Gregor? Huh? Head manager dead? Gregor wiped around, his hand instinctively leaping to his hotel arm. There was an unfamiliar man in a clean suit standing behind us. It really is you, Gregor. When I see some new faces with you. Oh wait. Oh, you folks must be the account of the guys that the other team asked us to leave the meeting room open for. A new job, huh? I see you got a new employee card right there. Well, so... How have you been doing? Me, same old, same old. Well enough. It's not like I got anywhere else to go, right? I'm not surprised you found new work so soon. You were always a dependable guy. It's to pay good. How's life, man? Oh yeah, you were gonna sell that commemorative coin? Some kind of medal, right? How you got paid good money for that? Look at me, asking how's life to a fellow citizen. Can't imagine anybody will have anything good to say to that, huh? Moving on. Hopes no one's hunting you with bed hire shit over there. No, not at all. There's none of that here. Hey, that's good to hear, man. That you don't have to deal with a dang jackass of an exec VP messing with you like he was a war veteran himself. You know how many years I had to hear that geezer bragging about how he profited from the war, pulling himself up by his bootstraps, about how in every peril is an opportunity waiting to be found, blah blah blah. I'm preaching to the choir, aren't I? That guy, is he still talking and taking his sauna breaks during work hours? What do you think? He still misses his house every day. Oh, look at this. Remember who used to call you special employment, fellas? Nepo Force? A few days ago, his name showed up in the HR report. Guess what it said? Turns out he was lining his pockets with kickbacks when we were choosing to fix the office for a partnership project. There's about to be a vacancy at the office real soon. Really? Isn't he, an actual Nepo? Thus he's the president of the family. Yeah, man, it's that bad. It's what anyone ever talks about by the water cooler. If there's anything I learned here, is that people obsessed with back in my days are kinda like him. They hate how their glory days are behind them, kinda like a distraction from how pathetic they are now. And hey, a backstreet kid like myself don't have a glory days to look back on and yearn for, right? I look back and it's all doom and gloom. If you ever hit rock bottom, you also know the only way left to go is up. You said something like that before, yeah. Yeah, guess it's my own brand of bullshit philosophy. Oh boy, look at me running my mouth in front of our customers. Sorry about that, folks. Don't worry about it. That's a pretty unique prosthesis you got there. No worries, but it seemed that you were on your way to submit those proposals. Hey, golly, I'm late. Thank you for snapping me out of it. I'm gonna go one heck of a scolding. Anyway, Gregor, hit me up sometime, yeah? Let's go out and catch over a drink or something. Sure, if I get the chance. It was a nice fella. For being a corporate drone, he wasn't that on the my life is my office. He was at least what's the word? Self-conscious, that's the word. The man who seemed like Gregor's former co-worker had it away, but he didn't forget the way it was a good-natured goodbye. I can see a little bit of him in the way you talk, Gregor. Come on, I don't sound as old as he does, do I? Moses, who had been quietly observing as Gregor and his former co-worker chatted, exhaled a light stream of smoke and slowly began to speak. Many of us who return from the war seem to suffer from a certain misconception. When we are told to remember, it does not mean we are bidden to live through the nightmare of the past over and over again. We are not being cursed to relieve the pain and suffering it. But Ezra and I, we are both still trying to be free of this misconception we've let in ourselves. It's no longer remember because I want to. Well, if you can bring yourself to forget them, might as well include in your memories the fact that the war has indeed ended. Fine. You're not wrong there. Gregor stared at his right hand for a while, quietly contemplating. Man, ain't bad. Can't say I can give you any reassurance, but just going on with my life seems to be the best answer for now. I want to ask if you're okay with that stuff. I'll manage, but it's you who's going to have to deal with the aftermath. Gregor would always say the same to those suffering from the cruelty inherent in living. Still, live on. Just live on. Yet, even as his lips spoke those words, his eyes would take on a desperate and unfocused look, shaded beneath despair. Today, the gloomy gray seemed to give way to just a hint of the blue sky beyond. Yeah, I thought I was preparing for Gregor to have another PTSD attack, but seeing that he at least had some way of some kind of peaceful as peaceful as an office work you can call peaceful life, at least has, I don't know if to call it a friend, but someone who remember him. It's really nice. This may be no more than a single ray of the sun peering through the dark clouds that have long suffocated the sky. It will probably take much more than this for the shadow to be fully lifted, but don't you worry, it'll be fine. I'll be fine. It's a big step forward for him to have addressed even a little bit of that persistent anxiety from his past. When we emerged from the door, we saw Otis facing away from us, her weapon drawn. Wait, I don't think she even followed us through the door. Huh? Were you here the entire time? Yes. I was told by Alan figured that someone had to stay behind and watch the door during these operations. So I stayed and... Ah man, he's those asshats again! Weird. The corridor is not a place for those newbies to be roaming around on their own. As you can see, a few uninvited guests have decided to visit us through a different door. I looked past Otis just in time to see more phobies pouring into the corridor through a different back door. They must be trying to find a way to get to the ring nurse father's corridor. Well, we can just let them through, can't we? Kill them all! Win rate! Troughton! Dante!
우리 부서의 직원 숫자가
말코
월등히 적은
타임.
것에는 다 이유가 있지만 뭐 그만큼 탁월하다는 뜻도
What's
된다는
this?
점을 명심해 주면 좋겠어.
Anatomize body. Favor. Expression of primary colors. Skullbuster. Really a 6 Skullbuster.
생계팀 직원이라면 당연한 판단이긴 해. 잘했다는 칭찬은 생략하는 게 좋겠지.
Nice, kiddo.
바이올렛 브레이크 슬램!
Yes, and for fucking sake.
아이씨, 짜증나게.
Nice.
한 상처는 피해를 받을 뿐 소멸하지 않아. 죽지도 않을 목숨. 최대한 고통스럽게 만들어 보자고.
Rodia. Expression of primary colors. 2 coins.
대가리 딱 떼도
Gregor reliving his trauma.
이것 봐. 한
Alto.
상처
For a,
충분하잖아.
for an event, intervallo, interlude that has a lot to do
이 정도면
with the
언제
ring.
남에게도 증명할 수 있을 거야.
Virgilius hasn't been appearing that much. Only in the scientific, the science, the research station, and that was only because of Shadow. Knowing Virgilius, knowing that he has a lot of history with the ring. Well, it's not weird, but it's just... It's a little bit of wasted
다른 부서에
potential
있는 애들까지
opportunity.
가져오길 잘했지. 적재적소했으니까 이만큼 효율적인 일도 없잖아.
감상은 어떤가요?
Rodia!
짜증나게.
Llamero! Anatomize. So the last ones then are going to be
차려졌지 않아.
the index that is probably
보여줄 시간이랍니다.
destroyed and the pinky, right? Where was the final fight in the
예술적이네요.
예술을
in Canto
패스드
9,
같은 놈들은
in the
방송을 좀 봐야 해.
no, it was in the Pinky
환상체
room,
가지고
right?
에너지 짜는
Or in the
회사에서
Index.
이 정도 전투
No, it wasn't.
있어줘야지.
Specifically Ryoshu room.
애들만 데리고서 뭘 한다고?
If I remember correctly, if I don't, then well, my memory is fucked already. So it's possible that I'm not remembering rightly. Nice,
항상
very
저희
nice.
영혼을 일깨워 주시는군요.
Le fauvisme.
아이씨, 짜증나게.
What? Sangin specialism. Nice.
있는 힘껏 찔러놓고 으껴놨지만
So this
저것들은
this season
언젠가
at
다시
least
재생하겠지. 내가
Otis is supposed to be the
다시
Matthias
교체되는 것처럼.
and
약지에 감긴 세 바퀴의
Boss already
반지는
got
마에스트로가
her
되기
to,
위해 인정받은 세 가지 작품을 뜻하죠. 비록
her two
지금
IDs
제 작품이 만인의 심금을 울리지는
and it's going to be Ryoshu next.
여전히 반지에
세기
부끄럽지 않은
홀로.
작품을
So
선보이고 있는 것 같네요.
the last ones are well, we got Rodia with this update, not update, this Intervallo. We got Rodia, but Rodia was also Valentina, right? And Gregor was supposed to be well, it's most fitting that Gregor has the Lucio ID. Even though he's older than most of them. The cast. Right? So who are left? Mersault? Because Sinclair also has the Pinky ID. Donkey and Jisan have the Index. Ishii has Kira. So Heathcliff, who could he be? Heathcliff hasn't. Oh no, he got the. Not Macias, the other. Ricardo Milos. Heathcliff.
기다려라, 거태. 곧 먹이를 먹여주지.
Still, Heathcliff hasn't got any from the Kant in particular. Yes. So, once we dealt with the foes who invaded the tomb, some North's father, destroyed corridor, we left for the indexes and ran into a few familiar faces, waiting for us at our destination. Huh? Don't you guys have today off? Yeah, but I thought I might as well come along. It's, you kept summoning us while we're in the middle of something, so I decided that it might actually be more convenient for us to be with you in person. You're summoning occurred. No! Nisak, not you! No, I know you weren't doing it on purpose, but all 3 times you summoned me, I was leaning over the snack stuff with bunch of whipped cream. Today I learned of blacking out and waking up to a misshape in a cave. I was about to chow down. Doesn't make for a very relaxing break. Rodion, 3 times. Sorry about that. I should have checked in with you. I should have checked with you guys for summoning, but I'm still getting used to it. Okay, now you're being too sorry. No hard feelings here, And again alone, cause I need some exercise. That's all. Issues. This is why Ishmael is the cutest. I appreciate the additional employee assignments. Now, if you could share any information you know about yet another corridor. I hung out here all the time, so I know this place a little. There was this super clingy, annoying little... No, that wasn't the masked dude. There was this other... Is there something you don't remember? Oh, right. Kira probably doesn't remember Sora. Sora? I don't think the name rings any bell for us either. Is that someone who used to live here? Yeah, well, Sora was the index apprentice, so she probably lived here. Forsooth, the index apprentice? Who? Pray tell, wherefore it is that the middle, the thumb and the ring each have apprentices, yet the index and Pinky lack them. Lack them? It will indeed be quite off if a mere 3 of the 5 fingers kept an apprentice each. As Drace has made meta collections, yet I find it like following a trail of odorless air, invisible and unreal. No, there was someone, but I can't. The representation of the pink and the index apprentices are missing. No, to be more precise, a merciless blade has shredded and reduced them to intangible formlessness. How refreshing to hear the same impression from someone else rather than myself for once. But it seems that I was the only one who remembered the 2 apprentices. I retraced it back to our first meeting and briefly shared what I knew about Sora. She doesn't sound like a very forgettable character. Well, the Ryoshu could head into ribbons. That would explain what it feels as though I'm recalling a sequence of events, with a critical part missing in between. I can almost imagine her jiggling to herself like a creepy loner, and she probably wears glasses too, right? Like one of those glowing introverts from anime. I see. So that's what it feels like I'm tearing through each strand of a web. Ryoshu? They say the world's made of strings or threads, clock. With every slash, this blade will be cutting through the flow of strands that try and decompose their own existence. When an object is severed forever beyond repair, you'd think neither trace nor shape will be left of it. But now that you piece some of it together, it's almost... Well, instead of elaborating further, Ryoshu fell silent again, save for the sound of the tip of her cigarette turned to ash, like she was recalling another incomplete memory. I guess she's trying to avoid over-speculating on what she doesn't know for sure. That totally breaks the meta. I had a vague idea of how it works, but this is the first time I'm hearing the deets. Papa had to go through 4 ramp-up stages to remove the seals to like... I'm make full of use of his sword. Honestly, yours need a trade-off. Your sword totally power creeps papas. Type Moon Twitter. Project Moon Twitter. There you go. There's plenty already. Oh, so true. Guess slicing your memories away is one hell of a trade-off. Sorry. Okay, so... I'm guessing you don't have anything to contribute for this corridor. I got one. I don't know where it leads, but the index guy uses it all the time. Hopefully it doesn't drop us into an army of indexes. TPU. They rarely gather in big groups. She said that's pretty unlikely. Sinclair translator is back. That hit Ryoshu right in the motherhood. Wow, what was that for Ryoshu? Wait, did you just hit me with a sword handle? Eh? I didn't do anything. Well, I saw it. I saw Ryoshu's scabbard, Araya, suddenly jerking to the side, prodding Sinclair like it was annoyed by something. Oh, she's jealous. I won the CS. ILS YLC until you can barely walk. Damn. I swear this isn't slander or whatever. Look, you poked me so hard I left a mark on my arm here. Well, I don't want to read too much onto it, but the scar was rattling like it was irritated by something. Stop interpreting for her. This is why she won't stop making up these nonsense acronyms. He's making it worse. I gotta stop him from translating from her somehow. Oh no, I wasn't jealous. She was just annoyed. Oh, poor girl. Araya? Wait, that voice just now sounded a lot like Araya. Dante, you saw that too, right? She didn't do anything. Wait, really? It really wasn't her? No. Then it's decided. To be fair to Sinclair, no one else but I saw him fully how the scabbard came to be. Which means that he couldn't imagine in his wildest dreams that the scabbard poked him of its own volition. It doesn't seem like any of the sinners heard that voice either. You guys bully him a lot, huh? Well, the lad's being long overdue for a little smack upside his noggin. We should head inside. Let's not keep Alan waiting. Kira directed us towards an almost disturbingly normal wooden door, so featureless that I could have mistaken it for any of the dozens of doors we walked past in other nests. We were greeted by a whiff of a stale, musty air the moment we walked through the door. I think this leads to a basement. I emerged to what appeared to be an almost dungeon-like basement area. Whenever the masked Unk's beeper rang, he walked through this door. So, who are they? The index. Sense of life. There were people living down here up until just a few hours ago. While you're here, paper slips. We were only executing the prescript. I had it with these prescripts. Though at least yours don't make annoying beeps. The basement was stocked up with shelf-stable and non-perishable food. And the cells were all completely empty save for what looked like a makeshift bathroom in each of them. It is likely that this dungeon was used to imprison individuals of varying features that may be required to complete a prescript. Seriously? This room seems to have been used for something worse than simple incarceration. Among false conjectures is that the captives were conditioned in body and mind in various ways to match the prescript's liking. Sounds like that guy was just as crazy as the rest of them. Wait, that staircase right there leads up. Let's check out what... Friggin' annoying, man. What the heck are you doing? You cannot enter through this door. I see, another griefer bloody back into the doorway. Move. I need to see something. The will of the prescript forbids you. You cannot enter through this door. What do we do? Is it worth forcing our way in there? They seem pretty adamant about not letting us in. I prefer if we stay as far as possible from anything that has to do with the gods. I mean, proscripts. But nothing in this basement gives me any indication as to where the door connects to. She's leaking! But it's right, we're gonna have to get upstairs somehow if we wanna get an idea of where this door leads. If Rian's been us in this basement, then I'd like to see what's upstairs. Honestly, learning that this door connects to some basement, it's more than enough intel to cross it off the list. Still, if this has anything to do with Ryoshu's memories. Alright then, let's push through. Execute your command, Executive Manager. The will of the prescripts is absolute. Is it though?
우리 부서의 직원
This
숫자가 월등히
blade right
적은
here
것에는
says
다 이유가
nah.
있지만 뭐 그만큼 탁월하다는 뜻도 된다는 점을
Blade of the
명심했으면
prescripts,
좋겠어.
my ass and a half. Favor, dominating, favor, dominating, favor, and dominating. Start.
감상은 어떤가요?
Nice.
꿰뚫려라.
징계팀 직원이라면
아이씨,
당연한
짜증나게.
판단이긴 해. 잘했다는 칭찬은 생략하는 게 좋겠지?
들리세요? 한 쌍의
티비아.
선골과 24개의 늑골이 자아내는 티비아의 멜로디가
제압개체에게 맞는 공격 수단도 못 고르면서
나이스.
왜 징계팀에 남아있지?
Skullbuster and
뭐가 치워라.
so Ryoshu has I mean the gold that was talking to Rian
우리만으로 충분하잖아.
with that beaver shitty thing was Hermes, supposedly Hermes, right? So Ryoshu knows about the index. He knows more than she has let us know.
가족을 위해.
Because she just spoke about the gods,
아이씨, 짜증나게.
about the prescripts, the will of the city, and all that.
완성되었나?
So I need to rewatch Epic.
만 남았어도 이
Release
정도쯤은
release and rewatch. Yeah, same thing.
내 죄는 내가 알아서 처리한다.
More indexes.
이렇게 가라앉지 않을 분노를 담는 거야. 오늘은
Oh,
쓸데없이 말을 들을
Ryoshu.
필요
Ryoshu's
없겠어.
getting there. Take the one. Wait, what? 5. Oh. Neutral. Going rather than favored, nice. Struggling. Opposed favor. Okay. Cool. 야.
대가리 딱 떼도 필요군. 쏟아내.
Ah, gone. Body, really?
아이씨, 짜증나게.
Ah. What?
이번 소재는 거기보다 사납네.
합격장.
Well, at least Kida is here to save the
더 싸울 수 없으면 걸리적거리지
save these
말고
guys.
비켜. 거기서 계속 서 있으면
Because
처벌
God,
타는
they
나올 테니.
cannot save themselves. How many are left? Nah, not many. Not that much. Okay, unopposed. Dominating. I'll burn away, blah blah blah. Let's jump.
가족을 위해.
Ah. Fuck you in particular. Nice. Butcher ribs.
항상 지켜보고 있었지.
Oh. Let's go, Kira.
따뜻한 피 쏟아내라.
예술적인
죽지도 않는
Nice.
것들이 겁을 집어먹다니.
썰어버려도 상관없지.
역군.
Uh-huh. Rodion really did nothing this fight.
영감이 떠올랐어요.
Closing time installation. Blah blah blah. Nice. Nice.
퇴장 시간이 되었답니다. 그럼 안녕히.
나이스 됐네.
항상
무슨 말을 하고
저희
싶은지는
영감을
알겠지만
일깨워
그
주시는군요.
영웅은
언제까지
얼클린.
결코 아니지.
훌륭한
있는
단말이네요.
힘껏 찔러놓고 으깨놨지만 저것들은 언젠가 다시 재생하겠지.
Yeah, but please.
내가
Stop.
부서지고 파괴되어도 다시 교체되는 것처럼. 이 얼마나
What's up there? You may speak to me casually, Araya, but in the presence of other apprentices, perhaps you should find it preferable to mimic the tone of the Dihui star. Come on, it's not like I wanted to be the Dihui star. Just let me do whatever I want while I'm here. Certainly, you have a point. So what's there? Up the stairs? I'm not sure myself. I've never been upstairs. Aren't you even a little curious? Why bother peeling back the heavens to see what is beyond? Those wanting of yearning didn't raise their heads skyward. Am I seeing Araya's memories? Clock, what do you say? I'm not sure, but now we've got another reason to check what's upstairs. Okay, I know that a lot of the tropes for
마에스트로가 되기 위해
terror and
인정받은 세
horror
가지
movies
작품을
and games is like
비록
the basement is
지금 제
cursed.
작품이 만인의
There's
신분을
something very
울리지는
wrong,
못하더라도
very bad in the base.
여전히 반지를
Yeah,
부럽지
how
않은
low?
작품을
I already said what I meant, but yeah, something very disgusting in the basement.
저 살점을
This
찢으면
is somehow subverting the trope being us in the basement and the outside being the mysterious scene. Fun though. Who has been hit? Gregor has been hit by the index. Man. 5. Wait. Counter. Really counter. Well, let's clean this guy. You, fuck you in particular.
영감이 떠올랐어.
Bam.
아이씨, 짜증나게.
Ha! Nice. Come on. Donkey! Don Quixote! Ah, for fucking sake. Fuck
환상체가
was that?
탈출했어.
Jisang! God damn
죽지도
it!
않으면서 꼴의 고통을 느끼는 괴물 새끼들.
You're the damage
너희들이 겁쟁이는
dealer
아니어야
for...
할 거야. 머뭇거리다가 아차하는 순간 죽어버릴 치고는 필요 없거든.
Who has the most grace? This one. Favored. And this is the most
영감이 떠올랐어.
damaged. Nice. Nice, donkey. Nice. Good recovery. No hit with heads, please.
징계팀 직원이라면 당연한 판단이긴 해. 잘했다는 칭찬 생략하는 게 좋겠지?
Something. Nice. One and less enemy. And tibia.
이세요?
Great.
한 쌍의 상황볼과 24개의 늑골이 자아내는 티비아의 멜로디가 예술적이네요. 쉿, 관람 중.
Discharge. Okay. So, but it's unique charge or
쉿, 관람 중에는 정수.
unique charge? Yeah, it should work with the charge team. With Spider Ryoshu.
점 찍었네. 합격장.
And with the ones from well, Rain over Salt at least.
아이씨, 짜증나게.
Come on, Rodian. What the fuck?
으타! 더 먹어 치워라.
Let's go, Kira.
한 상처는 피해를 받을 뿐 소멸하지 않아. 죽지도 않을 목숨. 최대한 고통스럽게 만들어 보자고.
Hopeless. Unopposed. Fire. Okay. Tienes teleport.
양반이 떠올랐어요.
That did literally nothing.
거기서
I don't think that was even a scratch. Teleport.
전부 찢어버리겠네.
Madre mía, man with a mission.
가끔 옛날 생각이 나곤 해. 나도 저럴 때가 있었거든. 힘
Prescripts.
한 번 주고 칼 한 번 휘두르면
아이씨,
죄다.
짜증나게.
What the fuck?
여기서 멈출 필요 없어. 우리는 충분히 계속 싸울 수 있으니까.
Was this unmarked with a prescript or something? What the fuck was that shit? Okay, two more. Is this closing time? Okay, nice. Third fist. Hopeless. I mean, I think there we go.
양반이 떠올랐어요.
Go! Nice. Let's go. Yay!
퇴장 시간이
Yay!
되었답니다. 그럼 안녕히.
항상
이것 봐.
저희
한
영상을
상체를 제압하는
일깨워
건
주신
Absolute
충분하잖아.
kindness.
어중간한
레파비에서.
예술은 물어뜯어 고칠 수밖에.
Well, one less. Nice. Ah. And there's a left. What the hell is this? Artwork, tibia.
쉿, 관람 중에는 정수.
Tibia's melody. Flick Corpus Eater. When this unit gains bleed from enemy attack skills, randomly gain one of the following effects next turn and lose one stack of this effect. Super skill. Oh. Base power if the enemy has completed with the bleed, more damage, one more bleed, base power plus one. How do you went Corpus ingredient potency to 2 or higher? Okay, Corpus ingredient. And this should be it. Nice.
파우스트, 신체파의 예술을 보여줄 시간이랍니다.
Yay.
따뜻한
나쁘지 않아요.
쏟아내라.
The Fabian, no, again.
어중간한 예술은 물어뜯어 고칠 수밖에. 아이씨, 짜증나게.
불타버렸나?
엎쳐!
보여드려야겠군요.
외면의 예술을
헤세드 같은 놈들은 이 광경을 좀 봐야 해.
어디에서도 볼 수 없을
환상체
색채.
가지고 헤어지지
오케이.
않고 이제
훌륭한
있는 힘껏
단말이네요.
What's the last
찔러놓고
one?
으깨놨지만 저것들은 언젠가 다시 재생하겠지. 내가 부서지고 파.
Kind of a letdown when they had a body blocking the door, like there was some big secret behind it. Bullets. Is this the Ryan's home? Yeah. Right. Looks like just any other average family home. Oh man, I get cleaning up is a chore, but peeps should at least that their homes once in a while. The thick layer of dust covering every surface and the blotchy wallpaper made it clear that no one's been living here for a good while. Whichever family lived here must have had a child. Look, there are drawings and dolls too. Though it seems like the place has been abandoned for quite a long time. Could something bad have happened in here? Yeah, something must happen here to cause the family to flee. And they never got to return. Yeah, lots of evidence suggesting that. The open door, the single show just laying around. Someone fled from home for some reason, never to return. I don't know, it's kinda hard to narrow down because it really could be anything. Are you searching for something in particular, Ryoshu? Yes, but it doesn't seem to be here. Every framed photo is singled beyond recognition, and whatever documents there were have been torn to shreds. Kinda like my memories. So this wasn't where he escaped to, huh? The next nurse's father, Ryan. The last time we saw him, he fled the house via the corridor after suffering a severe wound at Ryoshu's hand. If by some miracle he survived, there is a chance that he'd come after Ryoshu again, but something about our last encounter led me to believe that it was the last time Ryoshu would ever see him. This is... Do you recognize this drawing? I found myself hoping to see Ryoshu's piece together another memory. She'd been recalling new details all day wherever something caught her attention. Sadly, she responded by softly shaking her head. No, I don't. Damn, it must been years. How old is Ryoshu?
약지에 감긴 세 바퀴의 반지는 마에스트로가
Seer
되기
the
위해
something?
인정받은 세
Probably?
가지 작품을 뜻하죠.
Then it
비록 지금 제 작품이
Then
많이
it has been more than 50 years from- Come on,
반지에
Honglu,
부끄럽지
stop.
않은 작품을 선보이고 있는 것 같네요.
Sangria. Clear stage. I'm scared, man. I'm scared. Your current load's average upgrade is progressive below the recommended specs. Okay, this one is going to be harder.
어쩔.
연료는 잔뜩 준비해뒀지.
So,
서두르지 말고 느긋하고 여유롭게.
after leaving Rion's quarters, we explored the index corridor for a while. We didn't find anything that could help piece Ryoshu's memories back together. Great work! Now that leaves just stepping in our father's corridor. But that room didn't have any back doors for us to explore. There were countless more in the adjacent corridor, but the guideline makes it a bit difficult to delve into each and every one of them right away. Which means that our work here is done. Thank you for your assistance, Dante. Okay. Glad we could help. Dante replies they're happy to be of assistance. Well done. It's been a pleasure. After a brief round of handshakes, Alan returned to the forward base. We probably should have done the same, but... Wanna take a look around here anyway? Sure. As we had more business here than simply checking the doors, we decided to stay a little longer and investigate the Pinky's corridor. The Pinky North's father's room had a peculiar structure. Each door we opened led to a room identical in shape to the previous one. And even though I was certain we traversed through quite a few rooms, we somehow found ourselves back at a certain point. There are some small design differences between each room that help to tell them apart, but it's difficult to tell which is which unless we look really hard at every detail. Where are we now? The kitchen? How do you know that? I've been here before. Someone ghosted me after promising to watch flicks or clips together, so I thought I'd come visit. It's someone you all have met too, I think. It was... must be another one who was severed by the Ryoshu. You might be right. His name was Ren, the Pinky Apprentice. I TikToked, but no one here really seemed to have anything to say to that. I suppose that only makes sense. After all, his existence registered to no one here but me. So, when you said back at K-Corp that you cooked before, you were talking about this, huh? Yep. I used to perform intense culinary artistry here. Your scarf shaking. The reviews were glowing. One of them was Jum, meaning, yeah, unbelievably motivating. Scabbard Araya was defiantly shaking from side to side, a valiant effort to deny Ryoshu's claim. Must have been pretty damn bad, huh? I'm having a hard time believing her, if you ask me. What do you usually make? Box at lunch. Looks at lunch that kids might bring to grade school. With sausages cooked like octopuses and tamagoyaki. A bit simple to be intense culinary artist, don't you think? If didn't you know there's nothing like a school lunchbox rivalry? So I want octopus sausages, tamagoyaki, and why are we making sausages out of an octopus? No, I mean sausages cut like an octopus. And why are we cutting sausages like octopus shapes? Because it adorbs. That's why adorbs. Something like this. What's that? A little too much. Sausage carved into an octopus shape. Didn't miss a single suction cup. What? Come on, I didn't mean like a real life octopus. It could be adorbs, okay? Listen al test once it goes down to Galet. Why is this so important? But, mommy, there is nothing like a school lunchbox rivalry. I do you. You think you were acronyms again, aren't you? It means I don't understand. That's when you say, I don't know, mom. SMH. This would be some of the happiest memories Ryoshu and Araya shared. The sinners, me and Araya, even as Skyward, could imagine or recall them in full. But for Ryoshu, the most important part of those memories remained sliced away. Still, if we can continue to piece more and more of her memories together by going over these places. You wanna check out what's upstairs too? As soon as I asked, however, the thinner footsteps came to a simultaneous stop. Wait. Hang on, Clockhead. Don't open the door just yet. I looked back and found Kira Heathcliff poised to fight, hands on their weapons. This way, manager. And Marsault, who realized what that indicated, yanked me to the back of the line. And in mere moments. So, there was someone guiding those whelps. Figures they'd send more than further to the House of Spiders. Stay soft, wet dog. The claws of a massive paw slashed through where we had just been standing. Wolf mask? Really, as Maestro Amir Benoit said, this place is already occupied. If you would be so kind as to help me with directions. Is this where Master Callisto's arts is located? The question came from a woman who appeared from one of the doors that led to a different corridor. She was wearing a wolf mask, and like the phobies we had encountered thus far, she seemed to make it a point to speak and act with decorum. But the subtle hint of violence in her voice quickly betrayed this air of foxibility. Sure you are at the right address, lady? Rabasunk, stop pain in this part of the house. Find a different corridor. Yes, I'm aware. But I'm not here looking for these creations which are easily mistaken for mass-produced garbage. I could feel her intense gaze even though her face was obscured by the mask. And there was no doubt that her eyes was bearing down on Ryoshu. Suddenly, I was reminded of what Rien said moments before he fled through the corridor. I let him observe us too freely. What? What was that? The Phobos got to confirm a lot of important intel, including the fact that the House of Spiders has fallen and that Ryoshu currently has possession of the Arayashiki. They want Ryoshu for themselves, whether she's completed or not. Ryoshu as she is now. Isn't that... And try again, for once. My name is Rufo. Yoshihide, the blade coveted by the Five Fingers, Master Callisto's final posthumous masterpiece. Hello, you're good. As a docent of Faubism, please allow me the honor of escorting you to our gallery. Do I want to? What's the point in hanging out with people in those aesthetic AM? As expected, Ryoshu declined Rufo's request with a curt reply. And Araya, too, rattled angrily in the docent's general direction. I'm afraid my only remaining option is to rely on our usual method of ushering. How are our odds? I don't know, she's probably tougher than me at my max out stats. Really? The shape of her ring suggests that she's a docent of the School of Faustism. Her position is comparable to that of a capo at the top or a big sibling of the middle. Holy hell. Verily, that makes her a foe whom I surpass even Ricardo's might or, with a stroke of ill fortune, even Leihen. Shit. If she's anywhere near as strong as Leihen. Our chances are HOHOM. Half or what? Half or more? I like those odds. Half of half or more. Dude, really? I'm with Kira this time. Really? Unwanted. Has been. But stick out the art of a has been after all this time. It was a decision met with much confusion from the outset. To entrust such a momentous project in the hands of one such as Callisto, why, everyone agrees that it's not less foolish than casting a pearl before swine. And they were quite on point with that assessment. So, regarding the house were more tools than art, thought that the likes of workshop masters might assemble. No self-respecting maestro could create such mundanities and call them art. No, I must ask for your forgiveness for presuming that you would be no different from the rest of his work. But what I observed about this room completely changed my perspective. The scorched corridor, the ferocity with which you have scared the walls and the floor, as though a frenzied beast had torn through them. There is but one tool that could possibly have left such marks behind. Unless you got a possible eye for art. Yoshihida, I ask you, have you ever considered pursuing art of further elevated beauty? It will be an experience that departs from the dilapidated remnants that doubts itself corporism. A movement so constrained by its obsession over the human corpus once it had depleted all meaning it had to offer, it began peeling on empty definitions of itself. Fauvism is a movement that has broken through the traditional mold, unfettered like a beast that roams free. We dare ourselves to ask questions that challenge the mind. What is mind? What are things? What does it mean to trace the origin? How do we define that which we call le fauve? La fiera, wild beast, that are subject matters that have led us fauves into the field of fertile creativity. Should you, a wielder of the relic, enter the fault of our movement, you will layer your work with such an unrelenting spectrum of color that it will be destined to leave an unforgettable impression in the annals of history. In other words, what we can offer you will be a much greater worth than you might have learned from a teacher like Callisto. Never considered him my teacher. Not only one, anyway. Finding beauty among the carnage of blood and flesh is a lesson I learned on my own. And yes, I know enough about your movement. Maybe I consider some of the work created by your school acceptable, at least amongst the rings art. Or not, I can't remember. Then, will you? But I don't know. I don't know what makes your art more elevated than the one I pursue. The one you pursue? Didn't the side you claim to have seen clue you in? Oh, it did. I don't understand. Your art might appear to be no more than unchecked chaos at a glance, but upon closer observation, it reveals a fierce, dominant force that threads the entire scene together with its keenness at the connecting suture. Your laser work too shows such multi-layeredness. Mere keenness often entails mundanity, yet you have transcended such a limit by searching the tail end of each slash, a truly unique aesthetic sense. I really haven't sufficiently understood the full extent of artistic merit imbued in that scene. No, you didn't. Lizard painters like you are such mediocrities that they fail to recognize the beauty that lies in the grotesque. They do little beyond painting the hell reflected in their eyes and call the shallowness hell's beauty. The sorrow condensed into a great held in an instant, rat and bone from the yoke or reason the fading gleam of despair in the hewn. You give no thought to what each of those emotions signifies, instead of obsessing over the cursory qualities of what is beheld. Let me teach you otherwise. Pay attention, because I want to offer you another long, winding lesson. Ryoshu rated hair scabbard. Pointillist, fauvist, suprematist, blood-writers, cubists. I visited my share of the Rings galleries, heard the commentaries, but none of them were to my liking. Your art is overcomplicated pile of definitions buried under symbols, caked in patchworks of empty shells. You and your art both suck to that much, just like Callisto's. Keep trying to take from other movements, forcing meaning where there was none. Success is easy, anyone can do it. What's beyond most is making it succinct, the art of abbreviation. Alas, if all is one by one abbreviated away, nothing remains in its absence. Make it the void left behind completely bereft of meaning. No, the void is what remains, and it holds things that can be found anywhere else. Oh, what is this? A minimalist manifesto? No, my aesthetics go beyond the pursuit of simplicity. I pursue the natural germination of artistic immaculity, a state of perfection wherein further abbreviation is an impossibility. Sangria. A bit abstract, isn't it? Too removed, too plain, with a distinct lack of any meaningful striking qualities. What exactly is the elements you heard about that of Fauvism? Painters. We are the stubborn sort that mere words can convince. Indeed, there is no discipline more subjective than that of art. Discourse concerning its nature may extend for days on end, but it will not change the fact that unseen arts are meaningless, pretentious illusions at the end of the day. Then I suppose I have to carry it right into your eyes. Please do, though I am afraid I never saw right the sheer vibrancy of my aesthetics. I, a docent of Fauvism, shall personally welcome you to a critic session. Wow.
얌전히 잠들어 있어야 할 놈들까지 눈을 떠버리네.
Passives. Rings doesn't of Fauvism. Since you reduced critique in this counter gain to protection, heal instead starting for the next turn. For every allied Fauvist student of the ring. What? Refill? Max 10, okay. Have to survive 10 and then go full throttle. Recover from a stagger. Fix the panic, gain new pattern and minus 20%. Okay. This is going to be a fight and a half. Neutral. Favor. Get your ingredients.
어디에서도 볼 수 없을 색채로.
Nice. Come on.
아이씨, 짜증나게.
Nice. Well.
합격장.
Nice, we have Kira in our team. Fascia Hangers.
한잔해 주십시오. 나쁘지 않아요.
환상체는 피해를 받을 뿐 소멸하지 않아.
Bleed.
죽지도 않을 목숨.
Bleed. Count.
최대한
몰렛
고통스럽게 만들어 보자고.
Favored. Sharpened blade. I shall impair. Okay, it's going to touch that. Okay. Let's say it's neutral. So I shall impair. Okay, let's
어디에서도 볼 수 없을
put
색채로.
some on Rufo.
아이씨,
Please,
짜증나게.
come on, come on, come on!
업.
Left of this one. Nice.
이래서 장비는 속성별로 준비해달라고 부탁해놨어.
Cool.
적재적소했으니까.
Oh no, no,
그만큼
the
효율적인 일도 없잖아.
coin, the red coin.
가만 남았어도 바이올렛 브레이크 슬램!
나이스 기다.
이제야 승리는
One is gone. Nice.
상황이 끝나면 티페리트에게 방금 상황 녹화되어 있냐고 물어봐.
Critic. Flash power for every type of negative effect on
이
target.
일에 토끼 따위의 협력은 필요하지 않다는 거.
Unopposed. Target fixed. Oh. Okay, this is Ryoshu. None of them got the counter. Chocolate blade, Kai. Six bind. This is low though, so it doesn't matter if I hit her with a bind or not. Tremor. The double blossom free. Five. Okay, that's gonna be a little harder.
점 찍었네.
Nice.
따뜻한 깊이 엎드리도록.
아이씨, 짜증나게.
Ah. What? So out of 3. What do you mean 23?
여기서 멈출 필요 없어. 우리는 충분히 계속 싸울
That
수
was because of the
있으니까.
devils?
징계팀 직원이라면 당연한 판단이긴 해. 잘했다는 칭찬은 생략하는 게 좋겠지.
Nice.
자, 보여드려야겠군요. 왜냐하면
That's a lot of freaking damage. Come on. And two new ones. Almost died. What level is she? Level 60. She doesn't feel like a level 60. That was too much damage.
영감이 떠올랐어요. 어중간한 예술은
Nice.
물어뜯어 고칠 수밖에.
Nice. AoE. Let's get clean.
이것 봐. 환상체를 제압하는 건 우리만으로 충분하잖아.
이
Yay!
전투는 승리할 거예요.
피가 뚫리고.
임파스터.
예술적이네요.
This one lives here. We have 6. Skull Burster. Which is one more dangerous? Any of these, I suppose. Okay, let's hit it with Rhodia. It's Sunken Desire. dominating. Let's hit
어디에서도 볼 수 없을
the roof with everything we have. Nice.
회장 시간이 되었답니다.
안오버리다.
그럼 안녕히.
항상 저희 영감을 일깨워
아이씨,
주시는군요.
짜증나게.
Nice. 41 health.
아름다운 춤을 추는 건 나뿐이어야 해. 그러니 네 발목을 잘라버리면 흐름을 비로군.
Nice. Skull Burster.
타! 으타! 더 먹어치워라!
Nice. Nice. Okay. And now it's supposed to be a big arc. So. Attack down. Yeah, that should be it, right? Palette vibrante. Who here has palette vibrante?
조금 멀리서 눈으로만 감상하시길.
Nobody got the palette vibrante. Luckily, I suppose. Okay, I'm going to save Donkey Sego for the next turn.
점 찍었네.
네르프 정렬. 원색적으로.
12.
내가 공들여 꿰맨 애장품 특별히 보여줄게.
You are worthy of the privilege to behold my prize and nether work. The wolf. Min and max speed +1. Inflict one more bleed and sinking potency with his skill. Before hitting, if target does not have sinking, inflict +2 sinking. Before getting hit, if target does not have bleed. Oh, it inflicts bleed on getting hit. Ready? Sure, bullets. Wingbit, how are you? Favor? Struggling! I guess, Mirkala. Throw Mirkala into the clouds and now hope that it will be worth of something. You are dominating favor, dominating.
대가
Nice.
딱
Let's go. 19, nice.
그 소재 가져갈래요.
Nice.
아이씨, 짜증나게.
No, I don't have count anymore. Mirkala.
그저 하염없이 모든 피를 먹어. 그래, 그렇게 황홀히 피어나고 피어나라.
Pathetic. Oh no. He's gone.
40
Okay.
먹지.
I don't know if that's supposed to have worked like that. But what the hell happened with this song? Did he have the thing? The artwork appreciation or whatever it is called?
브레이크 슬램.
더 싸울 수 없으면 걸리적거리지 말고 비켜.
Oh, palette
거기서
vibrante.
계속 서 있으면
Ooh,
처분
that was bad. That was bad. Really the thrill of inspiration. Good girl. Blossom free. Favor this. Favor that. Let that roam.
감상은 어떤가요?
Nice.
저의 뼈로 틀을 잡고 저의 살로 채워놓은 외면의 예술.
That's a 2 and 11.
아이씨, 짜증나게.
Well. That was kill a counter. Nice.
따뜻한
Nice. Now we are back with the blood singing.
40
Nice.
먹지.
Oh shit. You're gonna consume and this is the one. Fuck.
업차.
Okay. 예상.
작품을 만들다 죽을 수 있다.
직원 하나가 죽었고.
What's this? Un focused volley. Palette palette vibrante.
용기 있는 죽음에
기라?
눈물이 필요하지 않아.
For every type of negative effect on target. Clash win. Clash lose. Gain damage down and paralyzed. And target. Okay. What's this? Hopeless 929. 24 Sinclair. Well, what the hell is that? Sinclair here. Hopeless. 29. Struggling. It's better if I don't use that in a specific. Bullet for the hopeless to 17, 57. Fuck. Who has palette vibrante here? Faust. You have palette vibrante?
수 없어.
No, you don't have palette vibrante, and you're very fine, actually. Hopeless. Fuck. Associate, desired, hopeless. Ryoshu. Yes, she has 3 palette vibrante. That's awful, man. Where can I? If I throw my dog here, struggling. She's at 45. The problem is that favored. Hopeless. Of course it was hopeless. because she has pared vibrante. Straight teleport. But everyone dies. It's as simple as that.
대가리 딱 떼도
Nice. Fuck! Only one!
아이씨, 짜증나게.
보는 눈으로 관람객분들께 더 이상의 주태를 보일 수는 없죠.
무기를 만드는 직원 것만 하나가
Looks
죽었고
like
내가 어부이보다 하지만 슬프다고 질질 짜거나 애도할 필요는 없어. 용기 있는 죽음에
I don't know.
눈물은
I don't know,
필요하지.
exploded, but that was awful. That was bad. $760 neutral. Hopeless. Hopeless. Just came back. What level are you? 50. Fuck.
어디에서도 볼 수 없을 색채로
Okay, this is gonna be bad. Come on.
아이씨, 짜증나게.
Come on. Please. Really. Well, that's what happened when I don't level up enough my ability team. For fucking sake! Really? Ah, Sinclair is gone. Nice, 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 nice.
바이올렛, 브레이크 슬랩!
Nope, not Callisto. Not Honglu.
너희의 모두가 말한 대로 방어적인 대응은 확실히 전면전보다 피해는 적고. 하지만 이래서야 환상체에게도 지나치게 친절한 대응 아닌가?
Struggling favor. Dominating? Dominating? It is dominating. Hopeless, 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 struggling. Oh, she's on negative. Oh yeah, forget that she applies sinking too. So I'm gonna hope that Kira kills her for me. Can I hit you with the hex nail? Go.
어디에서도 볼 수 없을 색채로
Nice.
아이씨,
One hit.
짜증나게.
Nice. Nice. Callisto time.
당신이
And Callisto gone.
저를 보죠.
Nice.
산초류 경혈 온
Sancho!
라샹
La sangre!
끝을 낼 시간이.
Nice. Nice. And now she will die by herself at just attacking. That was awful. 10 damage! Nice. Otis with the final clash.
찔러놓고 으껴놨지만
Oh,
저것들은
clutch.
언젠가 다시 재생하겠지. 내가 부서지고 파괴되어도 다시 교체되는
I just
것처럼.
noticed the knife with
이
a
얼마나
rose puzzle.
약지에
That's
감긴
good.
세 바퀴의 반지는 마에스트로가
And
되기 위해
65% of
인정받은
damage
세
from
가지 작품을
Callisto.
뜻하죠.
Holy hell.
비록 지금 제 작품이 만인의 심금을 울리지는 못하더라도 여전히 반지에
야베로.
부끄럽지 않은 작품을
Good
선보이고
memories.
있는 것 같네요.
This is the last one? Probably not, but... See, you're already looking much better with those superfluous animal parts removed. You are serious about funding your own movement. I already answered that. You'll need time under the fog's wing, at least until you can fully cultivate your movement, perhaps. I don't suppose words have any meaning now. The dozen raised her giant arm as though to strike us in her final act of defiance. Then slam it down upon the door we entered through instead. All I can do is buy time for... With sentence, the dozen suddenly went limp like a marionette whose strings were cut. Dead. And here I thought at least her last words were going to be succinct. Ah, because we are made foes with yet another finger. The ring. The ring. Let's not doom and gloom already, fellas. We met an officer of the fingers all on our own for the first time, didn't we? The city has a pretty definite win. All on your own, huh? You are one of us, Kira. Come on, bro. I was fighting my ass out of here. Her Gregor has a point. The outcome of this battle would not have changed by a significant margin even if you had not been here, Kira. This is more like it. We won't have to freak out over a mere BB anymore as long as we are with the clock. Don't start congratulating yourself for achieving the bare minimum. Those who celebrate over so small occasion don't deserve to stand beside the executive maniacal. Well, I guess it's impressive at all to people who used to be much stronger, like Otis or Don Quixote. Prissy, speak not such folly, for the joy of my compatriots is mine own. Donkeys, the cute creature. Have you any inkling as to why she might have, in her final moments, elected to demolish the door? Right? It's not like we have a shortage of doors here. Are we really debating the logical thought process of someone who was 2 seconds away from dropping dead? Come on, let's get out of here so we can bring everyone else up to date. Didn't I just leave this room? Ishmael walked out through the door we entered through and appeared from behind us. Oh shit, where did the exit go? Don't tell me the exit changes every time someone walks through it. No, can't be that easy. I am barred from enjoying the fresh air of the world outside. No longer free to travel the mountains and cliffs as my feet will carry me, as the other members of the Pinky are. I wish to no avail that I should be allowed to weave the delineations of wings and back streets. So this is what she meant. The back door through which we traverse is a passage in the corridor of the one called the Index North Father. North Father. Across the broken door we might, however, it avails us. But a brief jaunt to the Pinker North Father as your corridor for it returns us to this room. Room's now locked in a loop without a starting point. Won't matter what door we open. Is there anything we can do? Our rescue team will arrive in time. As this location adheres to the regular flow of time, unlike the warp trains, it will be approximately within a week or two for the present before we can return. That's pretty long. Well, the first problem we're going to have to deal with is food. As far as I'm aware, we should be good to go for at least 3 days. Thanks, Rodia. So let's... I didn't bring any snacks. It's like we were about to walk into one of the Elcor's ranches or a dungeon, so... Yeah, makes sense. Looks like we're going to have to give this room a thorough search then. Or we can eat Rodia. I'll bring you back to... No. No. No need. If there's no exit, we could open our own. What about the part where it could sink to your memories too? Dealt with that yet? No. The sword, the Still clips my memories with every flash. Don't know what memory it will slice away this time, but it'll be something recent or one I hold dear. Wait, don't be so bloody rash about this. Other than me, no one but Heathcliff still remembers the person he holds into the loving depths of his heart. Ever since the day of the Sepia Tempest, memory took on a special, precious meaning to Heathcliff. Heathcliff suddenly reached out and grabbed Ryoshu's arm. So Ryoshu and Heathcliff's circumstances were undoubtedly different from each other. It was clear that Ryoshu's reckless attitude towards sacrificing her own memories triggered a sort of anxiety in Heathcliff. What? Did you hear? The nurse will be here in a week or two to get us out. Why don't we just keep that sword nicely into the cover and wait it out? The radio doesn't work. What if we went up to the rooftop and entered one of those doors up there? There are thousands of them. Out of the question. By doing so, we will be putting ourselves at a greater risk. That of casting ourselves into the endless maze that is the corridor. Okay, but we are dead meat if that brick of wall of a maestro wanders right into this room. That wolf lady, last words, man. I'm seeing the flags. It's a hella risky move, yeah, but I think Yoshihira and her OP sword is your best bet. Right, but what if we got lucky and find us in a day or two? But freaking out, HC. It will only be forgotten, not lost. Well, good memories don't tend to last very long. It's been a fun excursion, Clock. I looked towards the scabbard, expecting it to rattle violently as it did earlier, but it remains still. The white blade soon reveals itself, and cuts across the wall where the door used to be. Naturally, as the Ryoshu blade craves through the wall, so does it Ryoshu's memories. We were really getting somewhere. The thin strands of Araya's image, which had just begun to coalesce, slowly unraveled and fell apart once again. Even still, Araya released the blade without hesitation. But it's okay, we'll try again, so... Conveying no resentment, no hatred, but a few words of consolation. Don't feel too bad. As her voice faded into the gentle dark with Ryoshu's memories. So sad. The next destination. Where are we going tonight? Next time. Welcome back. Question. What exactly was the point of verifying every backdoor within the House of Spiders? Oh, what have it filled you in? Any information regarding these doors holds an enormous value for us. Not to mention the Higher requesting us to reorganize the House of Spiders into a base of operation as soon as possible, even if we had to rush our work a little. Only speculating here, but I'm quite convinced that they are preparing for a conflict of sorts. Oh no! Oh no, not again! These little pockets of absolute safety are extremely valuable during these operations, as you already know. Wait, stop right there. What conflict? What operation? Are you saying that your bosses are preparing for a war or something? I just feel like there isn't enough alarm in his voice considering what he's saying. Preparing for what? Don't even try to hide it anymore, huh? Did I say something wrong? Must you ask to know? I thought everyone already knew. I mean, it's an open secret at this point. S Corp has already fallen. W Corp is teetering on the brink of collapse. You call us the aspirant W Corp. We got Limbus Company the aspirant L Corp. Meaning we have a shared goal. But unlike the dead and gone L Corp, the current W Corp is still kicking despite its rapid decline in recent years. And as we all know, companies in the city aren't worth much unless they have got the military force to back them, right? It's only natural that a business conflict will lead to a physical one as well. This is just a mere team leader speaking, though. Who knows what the higher-ups in other companies are thinking. Either way, much fruitful collaboration was had today. This will reflect pretty well in our performance metrics, and we didn't even suffer that many losses. I can safely say that you should expect a positive review from us regarding this collaboration. After saying our farewells to Alan, we returned to forward base. and share with Hohenheim everything that's happened so far. Hohenheim and Faust both did not seem willing to discuss the subject of the looming conflict, so we instead decided to have Ryoshu's memory and sword re-examined. Oi, Hohenheim, results out yet? Not yet, Assistant. I clearly remember telling you 3 minutes ago that it would take about 20 more minutes. Have you forgotten already? He talks too much. Ryoshu sounded irritated as she scolded Heathcliff, but I could sense a definite undercurrent of anxiety from the way she kept puffing her cigarettes to a stop at increasingly shorter intervals. This room might be more smoke than oxygen at this point. Mind slowing down at that? You're practically fumigating the room with cigarette smoke. The speed of glasses got a bounce as soon as I heard the results. But if you need to learn to respect things takes time. Yes, time is indeed relative, but the fact that you managed to complete an in-depth analysis of an item such as mysterious in a single day is an incredible fast turnaround and therefore deserves your appreciation. I have been attempting to reinvent more self-indulgent parts of myself as late, but I believe this achievement deserves to be elaborated among us in a bit of truth as sure as could not have been replicable had it not been for a genius brain. Go to hallways and grab a passing any passing researcher and tell them how incredible turnaround time, and you will hear them saying, "Wow, done already?" And I will answer, "Shut up." Okay. Evidently tired of the two sinners alternating turns hunting him for results, Hohenheim seemed to speed up the analysis and managed to hit the finish line much earlier than 20 minutes. Oh, done already? Yes, there are times when the results are expected earlier than the predicted time frame. Many of those instances are easily attributable to my genius at work. Then why aren't you saying anything? Give me the TR now. You tell me to shut the fuck up, so I intended to observe the exact medicine of doing precisely that. Run! Huh! You think you should will ever use non-acronyms straight? What if it's something like, "Jeez, that's a full day. Win afterward, though." And your verdict on her interpretation? That's exactly what I meant. She's better than MTL in some ways. What? How she lies as she breathes. At that moment, I might have caught a glimpse of the scabbard rattling slightly atop the examination device. Almost all thought it were giggling. Very well, then I'll get right into it. First, the memory of the time she was complimented for her cooking has been erased. No! Huh? That's it? Hardly. Second, a name has been erased from her memory. Do you recall the name of the man who works with Manager Sod? Effie? I would have asked in the past tense, had it been him who I was referring to. Oh. Glad Miss Sod wasn't here for that. That kid, right? I don't remember his name. She forgot Pilot's name? Among other miscellaneous deleted memories are 172 hours of Don Quixote tales of adventures and the type of food she fed to a seagull. Fire on it! Does those say that memories most precious to Ryoshu and me have been thrown to utter destruction? Look, Donkey, I'm not trying to be mean here, but that seems pretty acceptable, doesn't it? For the price of which eating a sword like that? If we are going to buy sheer volume, I wouldn't quite say this mileage is acceptable. It erases several days worth of memories just for a single string, didn't it? I mean, yeah, but they kinda sound like consequential memories, don't they? Greg and Head forget stuff all the time. How is this any different? The seemingly inconsequential nature of these particular memories weren't achieved by sheer luck. In fact, it seems to have been impacted by the scabbard of the Arayashiki, or, to be more precise, the power of Araya's ego. That's all. Ooh. Ooh. That's nice. So it means that, at least, even if it's one of the precious memories, then there's not a lot of collateral damage. Ryoshu looked down at the scabbard with uncertain, hollow look in her eyes. All that remains of Araya and Ryoshu's recollection is a blank space where the fragments of her existence used to be, severed and removed again. Well, it takes rather a significant amount of time, that discover seems to be. Yes. Capable of selecting which of Sinner Ryoshu's memories are to be erased as a cost of using Arayashiki. Sounds like I should be grateful, though. But Ryoshu regards the scabbard with a conflicted look, as though to approximate the outlines of the void she left behind. Oh, so it's got like a cooldown timer. She can use them whenever, as long as she gives it time to select the trivial memories. I wouldn't be so quick to dismiss them as trivial. The memory of the time when you were complimented for your cooking. It was quite a precious memory, wasn't it? You have performed an immense calculation of the relic cost. Yes. According to our measurements, the sword seems to factor in the weight of each memory when calculating the cost of building it. It's become rather clear that it takes more than light memories to properly wield it. So, have her memories been restored? As presumed, attempts to recall the erased being existence have resulted in failure. That is quite discouraging. But not all is lost. Simply by knowing that something used to be in that negative space, many things can still be reminisced upon. Like Ryoshu said, forgotten but not lost. Clock. You've just stepped foot into the world of Sangria. Oh, yeah, that's right. That's right. The part of the art is not at the boy that it's left behind, but what was there from before it was ripped apart. She flashes the briefest of a smile, then scatters it away with a plume of cigarette smoke. Collected the GV and will restore it. The golden ball. Are you sure? But you used it to be here, in the pockets of void in my heart. My one and only. Ryoshu gets traced the invisible, the unperceivable. A few more days passed us by. We didn't spend those days idling. We visited Sword on pilot and recovery, did a few odd jobs here and there, like helping suppress a distortion containment breach caused by a new LCE hire. But with all those lost threads tied up, we managed to finally, after so long. Kinda feels like we're home again. I turned to the boss. Ah, boss, sweet boss. The chair could use a little more cushioning, but there isn't anything like it out there, huh? Ah, this is your ride? Hell about that. Kira, are you coming with us? Heh. Between the two individuals who were looking really pleased at Kira's astonishment. Oh yeah, Faust was also the creator of Mephi. Jaime squeezed through the warnings about something to watch out for. I asked Team Leader Alan to set the coordinates somewhere as close as possible to the nest. Keep driving through the door and it will bring you right to an empty spot on a highway. Don't hesitate or hit the brakes, because if by any chance there is a car driving behind you, it will crash into the bus. So what are you doing here on the bus? Decided to join the better team, did ya? I must admit a certain degree of interest in hearing of your exploits, but to accompany you through them is an entirely different matter, isn't it? I'm only here just to adjust your coordinates. Speaking of which, just how did you manage to escape your confinement? I told him I had a stone to help you with, and they let me out after making me scribble over some docs. Solitary confinement's hella boring, so I thought I might get some air. Might as well say goodbyes to while I'm out and about, right? See, you exploited the fact that the new hires don't have any grudges against you. I thought I'll tell them that to impress upon the new hires that prisoners have to be treated as exceptions to the... right. The person in charge of the training is currently checking into the long-term recovery ward. More problems stemming from the shortage of manpower. I'd best include this in the report. Sounds like they are both here to see us go. Well then, time for a valediction, I suppose. Perhaps I've grown far too used to seeing your faces. Saying goodbye doesn't come out as easily as I expected to. And that the day of reunion must await in the future. I would appreciate it if such a reunion had a low probability of occurring. Faust! Stop hating on my boy! Well, I am not very partial to mathematical studies like the probability theory. Damn it, I got a sudden flashback to the best friend. The best friend of your rival is your boyfriend. Poor Faust. Well, I'm not very partial to mathematical studies like probability theory. I hope your prediction is that right. Well done. Hey, Yoshihide. What? I wouldn't say we are family exactly, but Listen, there is a lot of stuff I wanna say to you and a lot of stuff I wanna hear from you, okay? So... FYL. Did I do that right? Acronymize it into another. And call me Ryoshu, not Yoshihide. Prefer the echoes of that name. After a round of goodbyes, the two disembarked from the bus, and no sooner had the machinery clicked into place than the bus wheels finally began to turn, bringing us closer and closer toward the blinding radiant portal massive enough to engulf the bus whole. Well, after our new destination, I guess. Oh, right. Where are we headed next? Don't inquires about the next destination, Virgilius. No, sounds more like it. Been too long since I heard that question. Yeah, don't get too excited. When an answer to that question ever led us to anywhere that's not downright bizarre. N-Corp. Virgilius gave me a faint, knowing smile as though to confirm Ishmael's pessimistic remark, then delivered a comment that sounded too light-hearted for its gravity. Downright bizarre. Downright bizarre, is it? Well, let me just say, this is a high time we face it such a sight. Our next destination is District 14. In other words, Manila Dante, we are now en route to N-Corp. So we are going there after all. N-Corp. Plenty of faces there I'd rather not see. As the rest of the sinners voiced their various gripes and discontent with the N-Corp, Bersold, who probably had the most amount of history with the wing, simply flipped open his new newspaper like usual and began reading it with the same Muchangi expression. As thought for him, none of this changed anything. Now departing. Broom broom. With that, the bus resumed its journey to yet another tale. Yay! N-Corp! I want to see how is Marsol's canto applied from the book, adapted from the book, like the parallels between the book story and the Limbus story. That is going to be personal for Bersold and in what's the word? Twisted? No, it's not twisted. Threaded with the main story. That. Yep. But that's it for today. Thank you for coming. Thank you for watching. I need to farm a little bit this thing and do the mirror digest, so that's it for today. I hope you come back next time. I have been Ignos Eterna. And that's it. Goodbye.